day, my students. I want to welcome you to Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates. My name is Odusatolokwe Joseph, your chemistry instructor for today's class. I want you to sit back and let's enjoy this class together.
Eko Learners Support, a support program of the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education for WAEC and NECO candidates.
Saponification. I wanted to say that. Saponi what? Fication. Good. So what will be our behavior objective? What do we want to achieve at the end of the class? The first one is to be able to define what I called saponification itself. Secondly, to list advantage or the advantages of detergents over soaps. You know the examples of detergents. Ariel, the one you use at home, over the soap, you know, example of soap. The one you use to bathe. Oh, good. Then to prepare what? Soapy detergents. The one that we generally call what? Soap. So these are the three objectives that we want to achieve at the end of this particular what? Class. I hope you are following me. Good. So shall we go on? Fine, let's go on. Now, what do we call saponification? Oh, good. Somebody is telling me it's the process of making soap. Wonderful. But because we are here to discuss chemistry, so we have to relate that to chemistry and have a better definition of what saponification for you to have a good score in your forthcoming exam. So saponification is called alkaline what? Hydrolysis of fats or oil to produce what we call soap. Will you say that again? Good. The process, this process is called what? Alkaline process. Alkaline hydrolysis of what? Fats or oil to produce what we call soap. Then we ask me, is the only soap we are going to get at the end of the day? No. We are going to have another thing together with that soap, and that is called propane 1, 2, 3. Try what? Oh, the try is coming from what? 1, 2, 3. It means we have 3 OH in that particular what? Compound. Generally, call it glycerol. You need to take note of that. Is that clear? Now you will ask me, do we need glycerol in that particular process? It's only soap we need. So as a chemist, a good student of chemistry, or a good student of what? Chemistry. Student studying chemistry, you must learn how to separate the soap from glycerol. We are going to be talking more about this as we go on. Also, I want you to know that the major reagents we use in preparing what? Soap are the fats or oils, or what again? An alkaline. So, is either you have fats or oils, and what? The alkaline. You must have these two. They are the basic ingredients we use in the production of what? Soap. And the process is called what? Saponification. Wonderful. So let's move on. Now, when you look at the words, when you look at the board, you see a what? A gentle words. Yes, a gentle student producing what? Soap. Yeah, I want to charge you as a chemistry student. You too should be able to produce what? Soap. I hope you've done that in SS1. Either liquid soap or what? Or solid soap. Very simple. And most of the chemicals are available for you. Get to the market, get them. I will show you the process. And you must ensure that you practice it in your school together with who? Those your friends. They are very curious about chemistry. Fine. We need to remove what? The glycerol. So why do we need to remove the glycerol? Because it's going to affect the solubility of this soap in water. And for us to do that, we have to remember one of the properties of what? Soap in salt solution. Soap are less soluble in salt solution than in water. Oh, that is a good idea. So if our soap is less soluble in salt solution, don't you think that we can add what? Tell me. Salt into the what? Into the mixture of soap and glycerol in order for us to remove our soap from the what? From the mixture. What do you think the process will be called? Sorting out. Sorting what? Sorting out. That's what they call the process. So when you look at the board, yeah, it could be what? Sorted out. Sort. Yes. Say we can add what? Salt to the mixture. And what will happen? It will remove the what? The soap from the mixture. Why? Because the soap is less soluble in what? In salt solution than in what? In water. And the whole process is called sorting out. Don't forget, because this is a question. There could be a question in this form. How will you remove your soap from what? Glycerol. And what's the process called? I hope you remember the process now. The process is called what? Sorting out. And just adding what? Salt into the mixture for us to separate our soap from glycerol. Good. Yes, we can move on. Now, I want to take you into the industry where soap is being produced. Let's go for an excursion. Go with me as I lead you in the process of what? Making soap in the industry. Sourcing for the raw material. I told you the raw material is fats or oil. So it's gotten from plants. See what is going on. So, okay. See, sourcing for what? The caustic soda, which is the alkaline. Remember I told you that there are two major raw materials in the production of soap. The what? The oil. And the what? And the alkaline. So this particular process, they are sourcing for what? Alkaline. The alkaline could be sodium hydroxide, that we call what? Caustic soda. Or potassium hydroxide, that we call what? Potash. Yes. These two can be used in soap making. Remember, if you have to produce hard soap, you don't use what? Oh, good. Potash. Yes, rather use caustic what? Soda. So, let's go on with the video. Fine. Remember as well, I've told you what saponification is. The process of what? Making soap. By simply what? Adding caustic soda. 3 molecules, remember? 3 molecules caustic soda. With what? With oil. Now, what is the advantages of detergents over soap? I want to tell you at this point, the soap is different from what? Detergents. Detergents are made, you remember, okay, yes, from your organic chemistry, from the waste of what? Crude oil or from the what? Waste of what? Petroleum. Good. So what happens to your detergent when you put it inside water? Yes, somebody is telling me they clean more what? Effectively. Yes, in hard water. Do you remember what we call hard water? Yes, I think you do. Yes, hard water contains soluble what? Salts of calcium or what? Magnesium ions. Calcium or what? Magnesium ions. But what happened in the case of what? Detergents. You need to remember. Fine. It works more effectively. The detergent works more effectively when you put it in what? Hard water. Also, you need to know they are more soluble, yes, in water than soap. Hence, form more lather than soap. Yeah, you can agree with me. But if you disagree, it's a good one as well. I want you to practice it. Whenever rain is falling, collect the water. That can serve as hard water for you. And in this particular case, add detergent to see what will happen. Add the what? A solid soap to see what will happen. Aside this, also put your detergent into what? A tap water that could serve as a clean water and see what will happen. If it's going to form easily or if it's going to form more lather. Note that. Also add your soap in water and see if it's going to lather more easily or it's going to form more foams. It's going to foam more easily in that water. You will notice that the detergent lather more easily than what? Than soap. Good. Another thing you will need to note is your detergent is very cheap when compared with what? Well, your soap. The detergent is very cheap. Why is it cheap? Because it's gotten from the what? Waste products of petroleum. Unlike what? Soap. Good to go. Yes, facts about detergent and soap. The first one is, if you go by soap, no soap is made from alkaline. I hope you still remember sodium hydroxide and what? Oil or fats. So they are what? Biodegradable. So what's the meaning of biodegradable? Yes, very simple. They can easily be what? Broken down by microorganisms or what? Bacteria. So the environment will be safe from using what? Soap. But if you are to use detergent and this water use, you pour it somewhere into what? Septic tank or into gutter. You know what happened? It will not decompose. Why? Because they are non-biodegradable. They are not what? Biodegradable. Meaning, they cannot be broken down further. They cannot even be broken down at all. By what? Microorganisms. And that could harm. The water we use, is it only water? No. The other thing, the soil could affect the soil and the plant will not be able to grow well. So remember that I've told you that detergents, the one disadvantage of this detergent is non-biodegradable. But what happened? Yeah, the causes, I've told you, it affects the water we drink because some of them will flow into the river and some people are drinking the river, you know. Okay, good. Thank God that you are in urban area. Those in rural area who don't have source for what? A clean water, what happened to them? They go into the stream to take water. And this water, this can flow into the water, to the stream. And what happened? It affects them. Yes, with this problem, scientists cannot be what? Washing They have to do something about it to ensure that lives are safe. So what would they do? They have to work on making a new, what we call what? A surplus. You know, we're talking about detergent now. Detergents, molecules that can easily be what? Broken down by microorganisms, or that are what? Biodegradable. In order to do this, what happened? They are key group. Yeah, they are key group. Yes. Or the straight chain what? Hydrocarbon needs to be what? Adjusted by adding what we call sodium what? Sodium alkyl benzene what? Sulfonate. What happened to them? You see what you have here is SO3. SO3 minus and Na plus. Yes, what we have here, SO3 minus, should have been SO2. But, you know, this is benzene. So this is what we call sulfonate, sodium what? Sulfonate. This particular head of detergent make the detergent to be what? Biodegradable. You remember that I told you that they are made from what? A waste product of what? Oh, petroleum. And the petroleum is what? Hydrocarbon. So what the scientists did to this hydrocarbon is to what? Introduce what we call sodium what? Benzene what? Sulfonate. And what will be the effect of that on this, on the what? On the detergent? To make the detergent to be what? Biodegradable. Good. So what make our soap to be what? Soluble in water, or to even be what? Biodegradable, is because of the head. As rightly said before, you have what? Na, look at it, R, COO, what? COONA. So this CO2 minus Na plus. This CO2 minus Na plus, yes, make that particular soap to be what? To be biodegradable. But what scientists are doing here is, because we know that our detergents are not biodegradable, in order for us to make it biodegradable, what do? We introduce what we call sodium alkyl what? Benzene what? Sulfonate with the head of what? Note that SO3 minus Na plus. This make it what? Soluble. You get the logic? So with this, some of the detergents now are biodegradable without harming us any longer. Unlike in those days when we have it as what? Non-biodegradable. Good. So let's go to the next slide. Now the production of what? Soapless detergent. How it's being produced. Remember I've told you. So they are made generally from what? Hope you still remember. They are made generally from petroleum. Yes. They are made generally from what? Petroleum what? Products. Remember I told you that they are made from waste of crude oil or what? Petroleum. Therefore, reacting them with what? Concentrated tetraoxosulfuric acid. And this give the structure here. Yes. So this, the tail, it's called the tail. And this tail is what? Alkyl group. And this alkyl group is gotten from what? The hydrocarbon. While this is what? Benzene. And this is the head. So we call it what? Fine. Benzene, we call it alkyl. Benzene what? Sulfonate. And that make that particular detergent to be what? biodegradable. Please note that. And the head here is, again, SO3 minus Na plus, which basically resemble the one we know before from what? Soap. Good. Now, let's come down to what? Class activities. The question is, what is meant by saponification? Yeah, we are going to do it together. Then list the raw materials needed for the what? Manufacture of soap. And also name the main byproducts obtained from the manufacture of what? Soap. 6 marks. This is not small mark. So I want you to tell me what a saponification is. You have 20 seconds to do that. Oh, good. I can hear you telling me saponification is the what? Alkaline hydrolysis of what? Alkaline hydrolysis of oil in order to produce soap. Good. Alkaline hydrolysis is very important. Of what? Oils or what? Fats in order to produce what? Soap. Is it only soap? No. And what? Glycerol. For you to have a full mark. Good. List the raw materials needed for the manufacture of soap. What do you think the raw material will be? Oh, I can hear you telling me. Fats. Oh, good. Or what? Oils. And what again? Alkaline. So the alkaline could be what? Sodium hydroxide, caustic what? Soda. Or potash, that is potassium hydroxide. Good. So name the main byproduct obtained from this what? Manufacture of soap. Can you tell me? Oh, I hear you saying glycerol. Another name for glycerol? Propan what? 1,2,3 triol. Good one. So let's see the way they put the answer. Now, saponification is the alkaline hydrolysis of fats or oil to produce soap and propane 1,2,3 triol for you to get your full mark. Do you understand now? Good. Secondly, oh, you can come out with this. You can say it's a process in which fat or oil is boiled with alkaline to produce what? Soap or propan 1,2,3 triol. Good. So what are the raw materials? Is it that you mentioned oil or fats and what? Alkaline. So in brackets you have sodium hydroxide or what? Potassium hydroxide to get your mark. So you can't mention the two. You can't say sodium hydroxide and what? Potassium hydroxide. You don't get your full mark. It's just 1 mark because you only mention one raw material. So you have to mention fats and you have to mention sodium hydroxide to have your full mark. So what's the name? Name is essential. You need to name the what? The byproducts. So what's the name of the byproducts obtained? Propane 1,2,3 triol. Propane what? 1,2,3 triol. Or what? Oh, glycerol. Oh, good of you. Good. So on this note, I want to let you know that we've gone so far in explaining what a saponification is. Take note of all we've said. And I enjoy you. Love you for listening.
Eko Learners Support, a support program of the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education for WAEC and NECO candidates.
In case you have any comments, suggestion, I want you to use the link displayed on the screen to do that. Bye for now. you.